Congratulations to the Denver Broncos and Seattle Seahawks, this year's NFL Super Bowl teams. This week, we talked to DJ Augustine, one of the newest Bulls, a new and exciting player who's a facilitator. We'll explain. We talked to Coach Tibbs, who's very upbeat about his squad and compliments them. We go to some 2013 Trivia Championship action from Salerno's and a young junior when he was playing with his dad this week. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. From wherever Chicago's sports teams are making news, this is the 25th year of the Lansing Floral Sports Spotlight. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. You've got to get to Calabria Imports. That's where I go for Italian food, deli food. Mention this TV ad and get 10% off. Catering and sandwiches. It's at 1905 West 103rd Street. They have great stuff, and you should get it at Calabria Imports. Want to get a haircut from a great hairstylist? Call mine, Rose Murillo, 312-726-2201. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. The T-Wax Company does real estate investments. They want you to buy Chicagoland properties, providing profit opportunities since 1985. Call my friend Mr. Thomas at 773-456-3057. Make some money. Call 773-456-3057. Mr. C's Midway Bar. Open till 2 a.m. every day. Best Bloody Marys. For 65 years, they've had great neighborhood prices. Easy to reach at 4654 West 63rd Street, right over by Cicero Avenue. I've been there. You'll like it. Mr. C's Midway Bar. You've got to get the Honey Bear Ham. 312-942-1160. Gourmet ham, fully cooked, spiral sliced, honey glazed. It's wonderfully smoked. You can go there to 1160 West Grand Avenue, but get Honey Bear Ham for any holidays and for any reason. Amelia's Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner daily. Private parties and catering. A unique mixture of fine dining and Mexican specialties created by the great chef Eusebio Garcia. Easy to reach at 46th and Halsted. Emilio's Bar and Grill has great stuff. I highly recommend it. Emilio's Bar and Grill, 46th and Halsted. It's the Gar Forman family, and he is certainly in the whirlwind of news as it relates to the Bulls and their off-season, or I should say, off-court maneuvers. There seems to be an unsettled feeling about this current Bulls roster as it sits, and increasing speculation about roster changes, people being moved, and maybe at some level of management, certainly not from the coach, not a priority about making the playoffs this season. Whereas if they were to go in the lottery, you know what happens when you can go in the lottery. Derrick Rose. But with the weakness of the East, it would appear that the Bulls almost cannot fail to make the playoffs. Even if they were to finish with a record, let's say 10 games under 500, they would probably have a shot at that 8th spot. So, given the way Tibbs coaches game by game and the players' unwillingness to quit themselves, it just doesn't seem possible that the Bulls won't make the playoffs this year. And as a byproduct, we'll be in a very mediocre draft position when that finally occurs. And you almost get the feeling that it's a spiral that's hard to snap out of. When you can't draft well and you keep missing that one extra player you need. Maybe this is the off season that they're able to do the breakthrough and get the scorer they need. but there is no question, somehow, some way, they need a scorer. We're back in the spotlight. We're talking Bulls basketball, and certainly in the month of January, your team has straightened out a few issues. You've won 6 of 8, and it must be a better feeling coming to the arena knowing that you guys are a little bit more on track.
Yeah, I mean, we're just playing hard. You know, going out every night, playing defense, putting defense first, and just trying to play together and play hard every single night.
In the past, when you were an opponent, what did you know about Tibbs, and what have you learned in the short time you've been here?
He's a tough, hard-nosed coach, and that's how his team plays for him. You know, we go out there every night, we play hard, we play tough, and hard-nosed basketball every single night.
And you're cool with that?
I'm fine with that, you know, especially being on the team now. You know, when I was on other teams and I played against these guys, I used to hate playing against them, and because I knew it would be a tough game. So now that I'm a part of the team, I love it.
Well, as the facilitator, you know, certainly you seem to have great court vision. You know, you take it to the rack from time to time. You seem to spread the court well. Are you getting a feel for your teammates and where they're going to be, you know, when you start to drive?
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing with these guys for a month now, and getting familiar with them and getting more comfortable and just knowing where guys are going to be on the floor, and I feel better about my game.
Is there one or two players who are you just with a glance you can start to know where they're going to go?
Yeah, playing with Joakim and Booz, you know, those guys are very smart, and I know where they like the ball on the floor, and just knowing that helps out, you know, with my game and just helping, you know, facilitate the ball.
What do you get more pleasure out of? A great pass or a great shot?
Great pass. I've always been a pass-first point guard, and I just love setting my teammates up and getting them the ball.
Do you think teams ever overplay your pass because they've scouted that about you?
Sometimes, you know, that's why I have to come off and, you know, look to score a little bit more for myself, and that'll open things up for the pass.
I saw you practicing that little running one-hander in the lane there. That's a shot that I think you want to go to at some key moment.
Yeah, I mean, I just try to work on it as much as possible, try to use it in the game, and hopefully it helps.
As far as the second half of the season goes, what kind of things does this club want to work on to be an over 500 team?
We just want to keep getting better on defense and just keep moving the ball, sharing the ball on offense, and playing together, and that's all we can worry about.
To wrap up, I'll just say this. As a team that needs to score a little more, you think those occurrences will be off defense and off the break more than better sets?
Yeah, I mean, our defense can get offense, you know, for us and get easy baskets. We want to push the ball in transition more, and like I said, just play hard defense, and hopefully that gets us easy baskets.
Well, keep doing what you're doing because the team is energized since you've been here.
Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Nice meeting you.
You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early on a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. Since 1967, El Jardín has been serving the finest Mexican food. Before, after, or during ball games, located conveniently just 3 blocks south of Wrigley Field, 3335 North Clark. Whether there's a game or not, you still get hungry, and El Jardín has great service, great food, and great drinks. I've enjoyed every meal I've had there, and you will too. So get to El Jardín for great Mexican food at 3335 North Clark Street in Chicago. You'll be glad you did.
Cornelio's Mobile Auto Glass. They come to you. You call them at 773-908-6081. Lowest prices, new and used. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. They'll do your windshield, back window, or sides. They did a great job for me. They'll do a great job for you, and you'll be amazed at how quickly they come in and finish it up. Cornelio's Mobile Auto Glass. For a great meal, get to Amelia's Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner daily, private parties and catering, a unique mixture of fine dining and Mexican specialties brought to you by the great chef Eusebio Garcia. They're at 46th and Halsted. I've had great meals there, and you will too. Amelia's Bar and Grill, 46th and Halsted. You've got to get to the Cove for Benkowski Trivia, Wednesday, January 29th at 8 p.m. Great people and a great game. Last time I was there, it was fun as Hell, 1750 East 55th Street, a fun place, the Cove. Check it out. You will enjoy yourself. We're back on the spotlight, and the Bulls are hitting the midpoint of the season, a really bizarre season for so many reasons, but most notably the absence of Derrick Rose again. It caused a watershed effect. Certainly the movement of Luol Deng to Cleveland was a byproduct of the absence of Rose and other possible roster moves ahead. Certainly, though, throughout it all, Coach Tibbs keeps the team working and grinding and never giving up. And even though a stray basketball might come flying in at our knees, we continue to describe. The approach that the Bulls take is a never-say-die approach. And in this interview with Tibbs, he addresses that, his mild pleasure at the team winning 6 of their first 8 January games, and maybe a little bit about where they're headed.
You talked about Marcus earlier this week, and a couple weeks ago we talked to you about, has he kind of lived up to the expectations you had on him and the organization had on him? I mean, was it because he was so young that he just seemed to be a little bit behind, or do you feel like he accomplished what you guys thought he would accomplish?
Yeah, I think Marcus is a good player. He's a good young player. He's had some good moments. He's had some moments that, obviously he could do better, but that's to be expected. When you come into this league as young as he is, that's what you're going to get. And I think he's much further along today than he was when he was first drafted. And he's done a good job overall.
Tom, is it even harder at the point guard position because so much more is expected, quote unquote, being the leader of the offense there?
Well, yeah, there's obviously a major adjustment because you're coming in from college. You have to learn the NBA game. You have to learn your system, but you're also you're responsible for the entire team, not just yourself. And there's the offensive component, there's the defensive component, there's the preparation. There's a lot that goes into it. So it's for a young guy coming in, you have to approach things the right way. I think each year I thought he played well in the playoffs last year. So I thought he was very good in summer league, and he's a good kid.
As you approach the halfway point in the season, what have you learned about this team since late October?
They got a lot of fight in them. It's obviously we had a disappointing loss last night, but this team always bounces back. There's a lot of fight in them. We've taken a lot of hits. We got to keep grinding. We have a long way to go, and we want to be in position to win every night.
Around the league, the great ones always seem to rise to the occasion. What can you say about what Kevin Durant has done of late?
Well, it's pretty amazing. He's a very hard guy to guard, and Golden State is a very good defensive team, and to be able to score like that. He has a shot that's very difficult to defend because of the release, and he scores so many different ways. And it's not only his scoring; it's what he's doing for his team. To win the way they've won, and he's never satisfied. You see how hard he works on his game year round, so it's not surprising. And I think he's very good at reading defenses and finding open areas, and he knows how to get a shot off. He knows how to beat the help, and he's very, very impressive.
In winning 6 games in January, is there any unifying thread in these wins that you have pushed for your team that they're accomplishing, or has there been improved play out of individuals?
Well, I think getting guys back has been the biggest thing, but for us, we can't change the way we play. You know, our margin of error is very small. You know, we can never forget how hard we have to play to have a chance of being successful. But I think the same things go into winning all the time, and that, you know, that's the defense, the rebounding, taking care of the ball, playing inside out and sharing the ball. So we know that we have to do those things to give ourselves a chance. But the main thing is, you know, and whether you're home or road, it's, you know, your defense, your rebounding, and low turnovers will put you in position to win. Now, obviously, we have to do a lot better with our defense. Right now, we're not consistent with being a 48-minute team, and part of that is, you know, I think the fact that, you know, we've gotten hurt by turning the ball over. We've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alsip, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and the fabulous Grade of Cloth. Call 708-388-3700.
And now video gaming is available at Red Shoes from open till close. And don't forget, the Illinois Lottery, too.
That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski.
Little Frank's Pizzeria and Bar. Easy to reach, 6353 West 79th Street. On Thursdays, $1.50 Miller and Old Style. Trivia alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. They have $15 large pizza and pitcher all day, every day. Little Frank's on 79th. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. Calabria Imports, great Italian food and deli. Mention this TV ad for 10% off. They have catering and sandwiches in the case at 1905 West 103rd Street. I shop there and enjoy their foods, and you can too. Calabria Imports on 103rd Street. We're back on the spotlight at Salerno's, the 2013 Benkowski Trivia Championship match. And let's pick up the action with some questions for the players. 1985, You Are My Lady. Five seconds. Going. Jermaine will be an answer later in the program. We go to Jax. Freddie Jackson is right. And it brings Jax to 580. Team Cobblestone, the Jackson music's done. So Cobblers, it's the Best of 2013 or Best Actress TV. Best Actress. Oh, I forgot one. Name the 2 sports champions. That's also an option. Stay in TV. You have your choice of people named with the initials LD. Julia Louis-Dreyfus won Best Actress in a Comedy 2013. She beat out 2 women named LD. Name either one. Lena Durham. That's half right. We go to JMB. Lena Dunham. Yes. Laura Dern was the other. It's a 50. That's called a trivia cleanup. And it's a 50. JMB 580. Shy Sharks. You need two. In 2005, Felicity Huffman won for Desperate Housewives, beating out two other fellow castmates. Name them. Five seconds. Going. Terry Hatcher, time's up. We go to Morning Wood. 5 seconds. Terry Hatcher, Marcia Cross is the cleanup. 60. Morning Wood, 720. And we go to, we're still here. TV. It's the Wimminsk. 2003, Deborah Messing won Best Actress in a TV comedy. She beat out four others, including J.K. Who's J.K.? 5 seconds. Going. Jane Curtin, that's with a C. We go to Funky Monkey. 5 seconds. Going. So sorry. We go to Jax. 5 seconds. Going. So sorry. Buzzed out. It's a time game. Every team has equal amount of time. Team Cobblestone? Jane Kazmarek is correct. And we'll have more trivia from Salerno's next week on the Spotlight.
I eat on the pasta twice just...
Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria at Grand and Racine is the place to go before United Center Pavilion, Bulls, Hawks, Cubs, and Sox too. Dine in or carry out with great family recipes, including homemade pastas, steaks, seafood, a great fun bar area. Meet people. Have a tremendous time. At Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria, Grand and Racine, you'll find a great variety of foods for you to enjoy at Salerno's.
Angela.
Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at Watt 108th and Kedzie is great. Tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They do a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. They're quick, and they don't charge an arm and a leg. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair, 108th and Kedzie. Riley's Trick Shop. Of course, they had Halloween costumes. They still have football strip cards, custom t-shirts. Just ordered some myself. Gag gifts, tricks, jokes, magic kits. Their new location is 8086 West 111th Street in Palos Hills. Check them out, Riley's Trick Shop. They also have Santa stuff for you late-minute shoppers. Riley's Trick Shop, a great place with a lot of cool stuff. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place. Come play in the area's classiest billiard center, Jukebox Billiards, 7910 Calumet Avenue in Munster, 2 blocks south of 8094. Selling the most famous names of pool tables and billiard equipment. Specializing in table recovery and moving of tables. A complete pro shop with the most brand names of cues and cases. Celebrating over 20 years. Excellence. Top billiard tables. The place where the action is. Jukebox Billiards. 7910 Calumet in Munster.
We're talking with a very rare individual, and this man's father has given him many a good lesson, but he's doing it on his own right now. And we're talking to Ken Griffey Jr. And Ken, just like to get a little perspective from you how the 1990 season has gone for you after all the good things you learned last year.
Well, it's going smooth. I just go out and play every day and play as hard as I can.
Elaborate a little bit about 1989 as a learning process and how much of it you can apply to what you've been doing so far this year.
Well, last year all I did was learn, and I'm still learning this year, but I just want to go out and concentrate on playing as well as learning. And last year it was more of a learning process for me. It was like learning then playing, and now this year it's playing and learning at the same time.
You know, so much has been said about all the lessons your dad taught you growing up, and you were around a great Cincinnati winning atmosphere. How much of that really does rub off and makes the game playing easier for you?
As far as the Reds, it was none. I just go out and play, and he'll say something like, "How'd you do?" I said, "Well, I messed up and I did this." He'll say, "Well, this is what you have to do in certain situations," and that's it. And the Reds, if we wanted to go to the game, we would. But if not, if we didn't want to, my mom would say, "Hey, stay home." It wasn't really an issue to go to every game.
Did you learn a little bit about what winning was about, though, being around those kind of guys? I mean, let's face it, you had some Hall of Famers in that group, Benj and Rose, and you know, a tremendous lineup, Tony Perez, Concepcion. Did you get to see those guys and any of their habits and what made them the winning club that they were?
No, you know, I was only 5, 6 when they won the World Series. Well, actually 6 and 7, and let's see,
So
12. Okay. When my dad left, I think I was 12 when he left. I was in the 8th grade when he left. So, you know, from there on, it was my mother. She just said, "Hey, you guys can play. Don't worry about nothing. Play baseball, play football, play basketball. I really don't care. Just go out and enjoy yourself."
So maybe that's getting a little more attention than it deserves. Let's talk about your approach to the game. Some of your teammates, as we talked about earlier, tease you a little bit about you go up to the plate and you have a tremendous game hitting-wise, and maybe you're not totally clued in on about which pitcher you faced or things like that. How much of that mystery is true?
All of it. I have no idea about the pitching. It's as far as, you know, they can throw up anything, and if it's hittable, I'll swing at it. But you know, they'll ask me, "Well, what'd you hit?" I say a fastball. They're gonna know you hit a changeup or a curveball. But everything I hit looks straight to me. So I don't know. It's just something about my eyes.
Well, do you feel comfortable riding out that string of natural reaction, or do you think there'll come a point where you're going to want to actually get a little studious about it and maybe keep a book on pitchers, or is it just safest to keep it all in your head?
Safe to keep it all in my head. Pitchers warm up, I don't look at them. I very seldom look at other batters facing a pitcher, because then I subconsciously think, you know, well, he's throwing harder than what he is, and I say he's got a good fastball, and I go up thinking he's Nolan Ryan, and it's a little bit slower. And so as far as looking at pitchers and stuff, I don't pay attention to them.
How about defensively or on the base paths? You know, we've seen you make some of the great catches, the throws, and steal a base or two now and then. What about any kind of study as far as that goes?
Base work, I need a lot of.
And that's all the time we have. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week right here on The Spotlight. The Lansing Floral Shop.
Call for your flowers at 708-474-1212. Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero.
Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound, saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing. Call 708-396-1010.